Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, extraterrestrials, aliens, and inhabitants of the Delta Quadrant. My name is Deek Jackson. I'm from Earth, where we are the dominant species. That's right, if it moves, crawls, walks, sprouts, shoots, or generally lives, we will fucking kill it and eat it. We are top of the food chain, we are in control, and we are in charge. We're clever though. We are very clever. Human scientists have managed to teach dolphins thousands of human words and phrases. Most of the words and phrases we taught the dolphins are orders to kill. Yeah, we're down there in the laboratory now, dolphin. Take this mine over there, blow up that ship. Oh look, a lovely intelligent sea creature, the dolphin. He can understand 2,000 words and phrases of human speech. Let's teach him how to kill people. Hey! Aren't we just the funnest little monkey in town? Hey, I have an idea. Let's develop a communication method with the dolphins so they can kill people for us. It'll be so much fun. But you know what? Clever as we are, and we are very, very clever, we don't understand a single fucking dolphin word. What did he say? I have no idea. No, take the mine over there, blow people up. I'll tell you what the dolphin's saying. The dolphin's saying, hey, shit for brains, give me some more fish. Yeah, not content with killing people ourselves and destroying our own planet ourselves, we're enlisting the help of some other animals, yeah. Of course, there are some things we are very, very clever at. We've been to the moon. Yeah, we've been to the moon. You may have heard some conspiracy theories to the opposite of that, but I happen to know that America has been to the moon. Japan hasn't been to the moon. China has not been to the moon. Do you want to know how I know? Moon dust. Moon dust is how I know. Because people went to the moon and they dug it fucking up with big shovels and scooped it into sacks and brought it back to fucking Earth. You want a fucking good conspiracy? How about the world's bankers are fucking you over for the rest of your life? The Russians, they sent a robotic probe to the moon. Landed on the surface of the moon, little rover thing with tracks popped out. Little teaspoon popped out, scooped up a little moon dust, took it back in, launched a little capsule back to Earth, and the Russians now have a teaspoonful of moon dust. The Americans have fucking sacks of it. Yeah, you want some moon dust? We've got a fucking sack of it right here. Maybe we haven't been to the moon, Deek. Ooh, I think our government might be lying to us. No way. You figure. Hey, maybe we haven't been to the moon. Fuck off. A lot of weird stuff happens in the world. A lot of stuff that looks like one thing but turns out to be something else. Some people call that a conspiracy, and a lot of people go on about conspiracies like they're everywhere and everything's a conspiracy. Other people go on like conspiracies don't exist, and there never have been any, and you're just imagining it all. They use the phrase conspiracy theorist as an insult to mean you're a crazy fucker. Conspiracy theorist now just means you're crazy. But you know who the biggest conspiracy theorists are? You know who sees conspiracy theories every day, everywhere, and have passed hundreds of laws against conspiracy? Your government. That's right. Your government is a huge conspiracy fan. They have laws against conspiracy to defraud, to murder, to rob, to assault, to rape, to commit terrorism, to blow shit up. They even have a law against conspiracy to pervert the course of justice. Like, Justice is off to school one day and someone appears out of a dark alley. Psst, hey kid, don't go to school. Come with me. We'll get some crack and hookers. Maybe slip onto the internet and radicalize some Muslims. You know you want to. Yes, the state sees more conspiracies in a day than a bug-eyed loon will imagine in a lifetime. They're shaking in their boots. They think you're a threat to national security. They have satellites in space, dozens of aircraft carriers, nuclear missiles, thousands of tanks, millions of armed thugs. But you and your mobile phone, you're dangerous, and we'll have to get rid of you, or at least keep a very close eye on you. And they just voted themselves godlike powers of intrusion into it. so they can listen to you, follow you, monitor you, and record everything you do. Now, I'm not saying we don't need to keep an eye on some people, but if anybody could do real damage to the world, it's a heavily armed, paranoid government, not the guy with a pipe bomb made from Jell-O. I say we strap the CCTV cameras to the heads of all world leaders with nuclear arsenals. Yeah, I want to read their fucking email. Now me, I'm a coincidence theorist, not a conspiracy theorist. It's just a coincidence that the Paris CCTV cameras following Princess Diana and Dodi the night they were killed didn't work. That's just a coincidence. The only footage you will ever see of Di and Dodi is from the hotel. Soon as they step outside, every fucking camera they pass pops a fuse or loses its tape. But that's just a coincidence. It's not a conspiracy. A conspiracy would be if somebody switched them off or lost the tapes on purpose. But when they just don't work, it's just a coincidence. Like on 911, it's just a coincidence that all 3 buildings that were blown up, collapsed, World Trade Center 1, 2 and 7, were full of asbestos and had been condemned. It's a coincidence that they were all insured against falling down due to terrorist attack by their owner, Mr. Silverstein, 1 month before. Try that shit with a BMW. Yeah, hello, I'd like to claim on my insurance, yeah? Yeah, I insured my Beamer against terrorist attack last week. Yeah, $7.8 billion. Well, you're not gonna believe it, but a terrorist blew it up. Honestly, kaboom! They ran into me with a hot dog trolley. Totally melded the whole thing, dude. Let me know how you get on with that. But some conspiracies are just plain fucking stupid, and we should be able to tell the difference between one and the other using probability, common sense, and a little critical thinking. Just a little. I've been on the internet, I've seen lots of videos and blogs about the New World Order. To begin with, calling these fuckers the New World Order is like saying new Daz washing powder, or new beer. They're not new, they've been around for thousands of years, and they're real good at what they do. Maybe it's a generational thing, you know, like teenagers think they invented taking drugs and fucking. Dad, you never fucked. Mum never got down. You never got out your face and danced and fucked all night. That shit was invented by us. We're the New World Party Goers Order. Nobody in history ever got laid, wasted, and boogied the night away till I was born. Duh! I didn't pay much attention in school, but I had a history book and it was full of nasty, evil, murdering fuckers killing millions of people, taking over their countries and ruling over them. It was full of slavery and the destruction of whole continents' economies using drugs and terrorism by foreign states. There were whole chapters about lying, thieving, corrupt rulers who took their country to war and lied about the reason why. There were pages full of armies slaughtering men, women and children in the name of some made-up fucking cause. There are millions of shelves of books in thousands of libraries all over the world full of facts about religion being used to deceive people, keeping them stupid and under the control of fascist liars. Aztecs, ripping the hearts out of virgins and telling them they saved the sun. Fuck that shit. It's the same old world order. It's the same people, the same liars, the same killers, the same thieving, murdering scum, and the same mumbo-jumbo voodoo nonsense as ever. Teenagers didn't invent parties, and the 21st century didn't invent fucking people over. Yeah, they've got a fiendishly cunning plan which will soon see them replace the small group of murdering, lying scumbags who currently run Earth with a new group of lying, murdering scumbags who will rule Earth. Let me know when it happens. You know who complains about the New World Order? People with houses and computers. Nobody living on garbage in a cardboard box in Mexico City complains about the New World Order. Now, I'm not saying there aren't some twisted secret group of lying politicians at Bohemian Grove plotting to rip you off with carbon taxes and fear-mongering about a terror they invented. I'm just saying it isn't new. They can't do it to the whole world, and there's no particular order. I bet it's not even that exclusive, and if you had a couple of billion and a mean streak, you could probably get in on the action. If you want to go to Africa, steal some mineral resources and sell their corrupt leaders weapons and drugs, you can. In fact, people with respectable jobs and businesses will be happy to help you. Ship the guns, transfer the money, pump the oil, and shoot the peasants. And if it turns out the brother of the king gets the job running the whores and drugs in that country, while you peddle civilization and steal their oil, it's not a conspiracy, it's just a coincidence. In fact, everything done by business or government that benefits them is just a coincidence, and it's only when you get some of the action, it's a conspiracy. Thank you. Live in peace. And may your god die in a suspicious boating accident, your government get caught fucking a small animal, and your nation be overrun by morons. Picked up a couple of protesters on their way to the G8 summit. They said to me, we're going to protest about the G8. The G8 are an evil organization of greedy aristo-bankers, intent on world destruction and exploitation of small children in the Far East. Between them they have vast, huge armies and arsenals of weapons of mass destruction which could lay waste the entire planet in the blinking of an eye. Their secret service monitors every phone call, every email, every bank account. A ring of spy satellites encircles the entire planet, tracking the movements of everybody. Gee, what you gonna do about that? We are going to go there and throw stones at them. Yes, and we are going to shout things at the police there. Down with this, down with that. Some of us are going to climb the wall and sneak in to the hotel and confront the G8 world leaders with their evil. And we're gonna throw flower bombs at them and punch them on the nose. World leaders are quaking in their boots at such ineffectual, stupid fuckers. Yeah, you imagine the president of the world leaning over to his Secret Service henchman. So, what are the protesters doing now? Well, sir, Mr. President, they're throwing stones at the police and shouting, down with that, boo, stop this nonsense. Well, that'll never stop us. Are they fucking stupid or what? What is it with protesters? Protesters are always doing things they're not allowed to do. They throw stones at the police and smash the windows of McDonald's. Woo! That's gonna change the fucking world. There's a bunch of people going around saying, make poverty history. That sounds like the wish list of every big fucking business on planet Earth. Hey, gee, let's get them to make poverty history. Yeah, we'll talk those stupid drugged up hippie fucks into making poverty history. It's a funny fucking planet. Make poverty history. I want everybody to have a fucking iPod and a washing machine. That'll change the world. Yeah, let's make poverty history. So there can be rows of fucking malls all over Africa too. Let's make poverty history so little African kids can shit out fucking iPods. Let's make poverty history so we can all suck the dick of corporate fucking planet Earth for the rest of time. You stupid hippie fuckers. Let's make wealth history. Oh yes, it's great now. We used to need nothing. Now we need electricity and Sky TV and DVDs and remote controls and batteries and cars. Yes, the world's a much better place now. Perhaps a better slogan would be, make poverty affordable. Yes, everybody can afford to be poor. In my vision of the future, a utopian vision of the world sometime in the near future. You know, I hadn't noticed that the poor people were a problem. Okay, they're dying. Every death is a tragedy. However, there are 6.5 billion human beings on Earth. We could stand to lose a few. Protesters, if you want to change things, do something you're allowed to do. Stay at home. Start a bank. Grow your own vegetables. Don't go to the shops. Don't spend money. Imagine the scene sometime in the future when a really effective protest movement gets underway. Oh, Mr. Secret Service agent, what are the protesters doing now? It's bad news, Mr. President. The protesters have started their own banks. They're growing their own food and they formed cooperatives to provide housing and energy. Oh my God, we're fucked. The game's up, boys. That's it. Throw the towel in, we're fucked now. So it's a funny fucking planet, because here, on planet Earth, if you want to get something done, do nothing. Do nothing. Do fuck all. Sit down, take a load off. Don't go anywhere for a while. Don't go to the shops. Don't shout funny things at the police. Don't throw stones at McDonald's windows. Do fuck all. Take all your money out of the bank. And don't spend it. Don't go to work. Don't drive your car. Do nothing and change the world. Illegal drugs are the second biggest business on planet Earth. The biggest business is the arms trade. To make money from the arms trade, you need conflict and war, and you need people to hate each other. No one will buy your guns and bombs if peace and understanding reign across the world. No one will spend billions on planes, rockets and missiles unless they wish others to die or fear death themselves. Whoa. Trade in illegal drugs makes $400 billion a year. I didn't make that figure up, the UN gave it to me. Drugs only make that much money because you want them and they're illegal. Try making celery illegal and see who gives a fuck. $400 billion a year? There must be lots of us on drugs. You're probably on drugs. And so are you. Drugs from all over the world for all kinds of states of mind. Drugs to keep you up. Drugs to put you down. Drugs to get you up again. Drugs to make you feel. Drugs to take away the feeling. $400 billion. There's got to be a whole lot of smoking, snorting, shooting and popping going on. Unless there's 400 people, each paying $1 billion a year for their habit. Yeah, man, I can sort you out, man, but it'll cost you like $1 billion a gram, man. Get the fuck out of here. I could buy Bolivia for that. I don't think so. There's massive exploitation of people and their desire to take drugs, which is why they're illegal. Are there any good drugs? Are there any bad drugs? Which drugs are which, and who would tell you so? Doctors kill more people every year with prescription medicine than all of the illegal drugs put together. Don't believe me? Google it. Then Google it again and keep Googling it until you're well informed and have rid yourself of ignorance in this matter. Your doctor is a deadly drug dealer. Your government are legal drug barons, and your society, my society, is high society. Some people are making billions out of us because what we want has been deemed contraband. Drugs, the second biggest business on earth. $400 billion worth of business. Whoo-wee! That's a lot of money. For stuff which is not worth much, really. Not worth much at all. Most of the drugs people want are abundant, cheap and easy to grow or acquire. The coca plant grows naturally like wildfire in its native habitat and is the most medicinal plant for human physiology known to medicine. Please Google it and rid yourself of ignorance on this matter. Our collective intelligence will thank you when you've caught up. Heroin can be taken safely every day of your life. Cannabis has more uses than a Swiss Army knife and grows like a weed almost everywhere on earth. It has no known lethal dose. Drugs are not expensive, unless you make them illegal, and drugs are not dangerous, except to morons. According to the World Health Organization, 100,000 morons, I mean people, die every year from illicit drugs. 100,000 deaths from all the illegal drugs on earth. Oh, the tragedy, the loss, the suffering, the waste of human life. Bwah, bwah! But wait a minute. This is a bag of white sugar. Costs about $1 a kilo. It's made in factories and sold in shops to anybody who wants it, including children. It's a common ingredient in millions of food products, and it kills 3 million people every year, according to scientists in New Zealand. Just fucking Google it. 2 million people die every year from a sedentary lifestyle. Physical inactivity. That's right, just sitting about doing nothing. Illegal drugs are less dangerous than sitting about doing nothing or eating sugar. Fuck, we gotta get some of those people doing nothing onto drugs. Think of the lives we could save. 1 million people a year die from unsafe sex, 3 million from tobacco, and 500,000 from air pollution. That's right, your car exhaust is killing more people than crack, smack, and meth put together. Not only does sugar kill 30 times more people than all the illegal drugs on earth put together, but kilo for kilo, it costs more to make than cocaine. So, who's getting all the money from drugs? I'll save you the tortuous thought process. It ends up in a bank. Highly motivated and well-organized people ship drugs all over the world and put their profits in banks. Drugs move money from your pocket into banks. Illegal drugs move more money from your pocket to a bank than any other business except weapons. And what the fuck would you want with a gun when you're trying to have a good time? Let's put this argument to bed once and for all. Drugs are illegal, so they make more money. Unless you buy your drugs using seashells, wampum, or stones with a hole through the middle, your money ends up in a bank. Illegal drugs are less dangerous than air pollution, unsafe sex, and being a lazy fucker. If drugs were legal, coke would cost less than sugar, smack would be cheaper than aspirin, grass would be the same price as hamster food, and LSD would be free with your cereal. Don't let anyone spewing the anti-drug argument finish a fucking sentence. Ugh, the social costs, Deek, the ruined lives. Yeah, but if you drive a car, you're killing more people than a drug user. Oh, but the crime, the waste of life. Hello? Doing nothing kills more people than drugs. As for crime, well, in a world where selling weapons is the biggest business on the planet, perhaps you could reassess your moral point of view about what exactly constitutes crime. Over here we have people having a good time indulging in some boredom relief and exploring different states of mind. Over here we have murderous organizations dedicated to making and selling products that kill and have killed thousands of millions. These are the fuckers who make landmines, nerve gas, napalm and flamethrowers. They run the biggest business on earth, and it's only possible if we keep killing each other. They need us to hate, to destroy, and to murder each other, or they don't make any money. So, the drugs are bad argument is a bankrupt piece of horseshit trotted out the mouths of ignorant morons. I say we make weapons illegal and drugs legal. I say we've got it the wrong way round, and the real evil destroying our communities and people's lives are the people selling hate and fear and guns and bombs, and the people protecting our species from a life of robotic, fascist compliance are the ones trying to enjoy their one and only life on planet Earth. Thanks. Live in peace, and may your God fade into obscurity, your government get caught fiddling the books, and your nation be overrun with drug users, not arms dealers. Any rapists or pedophiles in tonight? No? Boy, the porn industry misjudged the market, didn't they? Someone should tell them. No one here has fantasies about rape. Nobody finds all those bald vaginas splashed across the centerfold of Hustler remotely stimulating, and none of us get a warm tingly feeling watching Britney's schoolgirl video. Or those sexy centrinians. They were all big mistakes by the purveyors of erotica and porn. Wait a minute though. Those products do sell, in their millions. Porn is very popular, and overflowing with pigtailed babysitters succumbing to daddy's dick. Sexy schoolgirls blowjobbing lollipops, bald twat pictures roll off the presses in porn mags by the million. I'm confused. I did some research and discovered the #1 sexual fantasy of both male and females is rape. Of course, it's idealized rape with gradual submission and no forensic aftermath, but it's rape nonetheless. More research reveals that beauty is now defined by youth. That is to say that our culture believes the measure of a beautiful person is how young they are. So, welcome to a world where exploiting human sexuality for money relies upon the desire to rape children. Nice. By the way, if there are any real rapists or pedophiles watching, don't. Okay? Have a wank or something. Really, use your imagination. Perhaps you think that rape or abuse of children is only carried out by satanic pedophiles or Catholic priests. Oh, wait a minute, they're the same thing, really. The fact is 99% of children are abused in their homes by their fathers, uncles, grandfathers, or other extended family members, and most rape victims know their attacker. That being the case, I offer the following solutions to the problem of sexual violence. #1, stop selling sex. No, I don't mean ban it. I mean allow nudity and sex in the media anywhere, anytime, all the time, until we're bored of it. That's it. It's just no longer interesting. 2, educate children to have the vocabulary and confidence to say, "Daddy makes me suck his dick." And finally, get over it. Sex is why we're here. There's nothing bad or that good about sex, really. It's just skin rubbing together, leading to the release of some chemicals and bodily fluids. It's part of our life and shouldn't be a top-shelf money spinner for porn vendors. We are surrounded and bombarded by erotic images at every turn and in every imaginable location, each image competing with the last to be more alluring, more captivating, more stimulating than the last. But not quite stimulating enough, because advertisers don't actually want you to orgasm or to be satisfied. In fact, they want you in a state of permanent sexual agitation. If you'd actually come, you'd no longer pay attention. You'd roll over and go to sleep. Even in the world of public space and family entertainment, sexual stimulation is ever present. Adverts for all sorts of rubbish feature nubile females giggling and touching each other and pouting incessantly. Billboards with breasts, web cameras with bums, pop videos with raga booty shaking in your face. Does anybody else wish sometimes in those videos they would just fuck the bitch? Really, whenever I see a video like that, I'm shouting for some action. Come on, whip it out and stuff it in. Fuck that booty. What kind of show is this? 'Cause I'm tired. I'm tired of having my dick exploited to get my attention and then leaving me with nothing. Unless you're gonna finish the job, leave my dick alone. I'd like them to create advertising so powerful it could reach out of the page or screen and jerk me off. Yeah, how about that? I'd be walking through the mall and see a picture of such sexual wizardry, I'd just come in my pants. Oh, the new BMW. Oh. Now that's effective marketing. And how about this for a refreshing pop video? Lady Gaga's new tune comes on the telly. She's wearing nothing but makeup. Her dancers are a troupe of Swedish lesbians wearing strap-on dildos. They fill every hole in her body with latex dong, wearing her like a pencil-top toy. Then, in the finale, a man appears, fucks her in the ass and shoots in her face. Now that's entertainment. No half measures, no holding back, no prurient top-shelf hypocrisy. If you're gonna cover our world in sex, then fuck the bitch. We'll all feel better for it. But that's not gonna happen. Why? Because if you gave sex away for free and nobody thought it was special or interesting or entertaining at all, what use would it be in exploiting us? None at all. The second biggest search topic on the internet after porn is UFOs and aliens. That's an odd combination, isn't it? You wouldn't think that every day millions of humans all over Earth were wondering if we're alone in the universe, if other life exists, what it's like, and have we been contacted by aliens just after a wank. I wonder if we're alone in the universe. Maybe it's the sad melancholy of the post-pleasure moment. Sniff, I'm all alone. Unless there's aliens. Or maybe it's thinking aliens will fuck me. See you later, Earth girls. I'm going for some intergalactic loving. But I digress. The existence of other life in the universe is a mathematical certainty. The same conditions that create and support life on Earth have been discovered across our solar system, our galaxy and the universe itself. Sunlight, liquid water, stuff, land, surfaces for the creation and flourishing of life. And time. So we can stop pondering whether we're alone in the universe and move on to consider who or what we're sharing it with. Some people think ET will be dangerous and seek to enslave us or pillage our planet. Ha ha, if anything's left. Others conjecture that aliens are hiding among us, doing deals with our government, building bases on the moon, farming humans like some kind of galactic Sweeney Todd to make pies out of. Garblag, let us travel the vast emptiness of space in our faster-than-light-speed ship to eat human brains. I can't think of a better use to put our awesome achievements to. Or that aliens are our ancestral galactic parents who created us and with whom we share DNA links, but they haven't revealed themselves in case we move in, sponge off them and don't get a job. Others think alien life forms will be super intelligent, lovely beings, like hippies but with flying saucers. Nothing to do but zip about the galaxy shepherding intelligent life along the road to astral celebrity status, where one day we'll be allowed to join the grown-ups in outer space, once we've finished killing each other, believing in mumbo-jumbo and eating other life forms. Oh, humanity, your chakra energy has reached perfection. You may now join us in the Rainbow Galaxy Love-In. Thank you, patronising alien tossers. Now, where do we get our hyperdrives and a list of developing planets to fuck? I mean visit. Or do I? Because the Earthlings are coming, ready or not. Oh yeah, baby. If life develops in other places in the universe and it turns out anything like us, we'd better hope it doesn't visit Earth. If ET is remotely like humans, I'm glad we haven't found it and it hasn't found us, because when it does, we're fucked. Do you think humans with hyperdrives and death rays will be lovely space hippies? Explorers with flowers in their hair? I don't think so. Humans will rape your planet and send you the bill. Let's examine how various human cultures dealt with life on Earth. Invasion, colonization, extermination, genocide, clear-cutting of ancient forests, emptying the seas of fish. Do we kidnap and anal probe orangutans before we destroy their forests and plant palm oil plantations to make lipstick and keep biscuits fresh? Are we disguising ourselves as whales and secretly passing on details of our technology to the whale leaders? Nope. Do you think we'll hide behind the moon from monkey people for 50 years, negotiating with the top baboon, occasionally appearing in grainy photos? Did any human civilization ever expand or colonize peacefully? No. If humans explore space and discover your planet in the future, your life is over and your civilization is doomed. Greetings, inferior life forms. We do not come in peace. We come to kick your ass, take your gold and your zirconium and your plutonium and anything else you onium. We're gonna kill you in large numbers and say God told us it was okay. We'll exterminate anything on the planet that threatens our survival, and if we can live here, we'll move in and hunt you down to the last breeding pair. Conversely, I assure you, the very day aliens turn up from outer space, we will know all about it, because it will be gobbling us up, but not in the way you were imagining before your Google search discovered this video. Aliens will not hide behind a rock, occasionally revealing themselves to eccentric, attention-seeking humans. Their coming will not be preceded by a succession of grainy pictures that look a little like they might be aliens. Our leaders will not have captured an alien that crashed on Earth years ago, but they're keeping it a secret. When aliens arrive, we will be the equivalent of fish food. Oh, but Deek, intelligent life is more complex than the simple survival instinct. Civilizations of higher culture, technology and intellect will also be moral and will revere other life as sacred or rare or at least worth studying. Teasing us with crop circles and pretending to be that they are our god sometimes. Yeah, well maybe, but I wouldn't bet on it. Space travel's expensive. Everything your spaceship's made of had to be manufactured, mined, paid for. And once you've crossed 1,000,000 light years of space in your expensive flying saucer, I bet you're on a tight schedule. And your boss wants results, rewards, and returns for paying for the whole thing. Alien taxpayers have to get their money's worth as well, you know. Maybe after a few years of exploitation, some charitable alien types will come along with love beads and tie-dyed spacesuits saying, "Oh, save the monkey people of Earth." But most of us will be dead by then. The truth is, we're not alone in the universe, not only because of the mathematical certainty that the cosmos has an abundance of bacterial slime in various stages of evolution, engaged in simple chemical processes, but also because there's other life on this planet. Life we are able to and do feed off, farm, exploit, destroy and use any way we like. It's not a bad thing, it's just a thing. It's the natural order of things, and space is no different. I like the idea that there's other life. It doesn't matter what it's like or whether it's been here already. What matters is what we're like. Are we an alien you would want to visit your planet? If not, would you visit ours? I say the universe is full of life, but they're hiding from us because we suck. If I were an alien watching Earth for the last 50 years, I'd be shitting myself in case we escape into space. Like swine flu with nuclear bombs. We will infect your galaxy, pollute your atmosphere, monetize your life, and sell you shit you don't need made by alien slaves on another planet so far away you don't have to give a fuck. So, let's do the universe a favor, humanity. Sort yourselves out. Be nice, or we'll never meet E.T. Thanks. And may your civilization be nice to old ladies, your government be paid the minimum wage, and your God fail to materialize. The war on terror gets a lot of press. But what about the war on terror, the destruction of our planet in the quest for more profit? Let me ask you a personal question. How many of you have assholes? If any of you need to check, it's round the back. Okay, let's agree that everyone has an asshole and it's nothing to be embarrassed about. So let me ask you another question. How many of you have seen your asshole? No? Not all of you? I'll get you started. I've seen mine. But in case you haven't, here's a picture of one. Oh, sorry, that's a tosser. There you are. This is your asshole, your anus, your rectal passage, etc. And the thing about an anus is It's the first thing you ever are. Yes, as the human fertilized egg begins cell division, its first form is a tube. Stuff goes in one end, comes out the other. We are from inception assholes, cunningly designed by nature to process stuff, other life, mostly plants, and distribute the reprocessed stuff across the earth, enriching the ground with ever more processed life, aka shit. You see, assholes like to shit. It's what they do. And left alone, assholes will breed and shit everywhere. After the primordial tube develops, we get other vital organs, some senses, a way to reproduce, and finally, at the very end, we get a brain. A brain. And our brains are there to manage our assholes, not the other way around. Brains are supposed to be in charge of assholes. But here we are on Earth, our only home in the universe, experiencing the wonder of 14 billion years of time compressed into a human life, and the best way of organizing our time and resources we can come up with is consumerism? Really? We ruin large parts of our only home in the universe to make shit no one needs, to create profit for a few rich people. Is that the best we can come up with? Which asshole came up with that plan? Is this the glory of our existence? Some people call what we do progress, but they're morons. iPods aren't progress. A bigger TV doesn't advance civilization. This year's Ford Mondeo is just last year's with a new boot. We are the war on terror. Destroying our home to make money for a few wealthy banking families who've got it all anyway. I wouldn't mind if all the destruction we're doing was for something fun. Oh, like building a giant golden spaceship to explore the galaxy. Or a giant pyramid to the non-existent feathered serpent sky god. Because at least we'll have a pyramid to show for it at the end of our slavery. Ow, that hurts, but do you know when the pyramid's finished, won't it look great? We're not getting any fucking pyramids. We're not getting any giant golden spaceships. The only purpose to human activity on Earth at the moment is to make rich people richer. I can't stress enough how fucking stupid that is. If the destruction of our forests and the emptying of our seas was for anything remotely interesting or useful, I would clear cut the rainforest myself with a 6-foot chainsaw. Oh, we're destroying beautiful living things, but it's okay, we're building a spaceship. I pump oil straight from the ground, set fire to it, and suck on the exhaust. If there really was a god, and he said to go Hawaiian for it. But there isn't, and we're not. For the purpose of greater clarity, I have composed a mime to illustrate our life on Earth, a theatrical representation of our circumstances. It's like this. There's a giant cock pishing untruth into our mouths so fast you can't swallow one lie before another one gets you. Just pishing lies. Straight. I can't. Terrorists threaten our way of life. Making money is progress. Britney Spears is talented. I can't swallow these lies fast enough. War is okay if we say so. Obama's different. I can barely swallow those lies fast enough as the giant cock of lies pishes them into my mouth. Simultaneously, a big dick of profit made from rainforest timber and heavily splintered is fucking me in the ass for as much money as it can make from every part of the human lifestyle. Oh, fuck you for being born. Fuck you for being born. Pay for your life. Oh, fuck you for your food. Fuck you for your house. Fuck you for water. Fuck you. Pay for everything. You better have plenty of insurance because nobody looks after anybody else on planet Fuck You for a buck. And that's how we live. Choking on torrents of hot, steamy untruth. Pished into our mouths by the giant cock of lie, while a big profit dick, fucks us in the ass. For money at every turn of our lives, forever and ever and ever. Are we all quite comfortable with our position on planet Earth? There are nearly 7 billion assholes on Earth, and more are born every minute. Without brains to control them, the war on terror will continue, and our future will be full of shit. Yeah!
Thanks, and may your government lie badly, and your God be derided by all.
Anyone who debates the existence of God in a chat room on the internet will sooner or later have to concede that belief in science or nature is in itself a faith, and that religious faith and belief in science are comparable positions, both valid philosophical explanations of life, the universe, and everything. After all, it would be churlish and disingenuous to pretend that science knows everything, or that one day we will possess knowledge that will explain every mystery. This being the case, my belief that science and nature created the universe is in some sense like a faith. I believe that science is the truth and accurately represents the facts, so it is in some sense a faith, except for one thing. I can check the evidence! Oh yeah, that's right folks! Evidence, solid, undeniable, verifiable evidence of the scientific, rational explanation for how we got here and what's going to happen next. Piled up to the ceilings, bucket loads of it, vast libraries oozing with evidence. A belief that nature created life and the universe and everything is backed up by the laws of physics and thousands of years of accumulated discoveries explaining in detail the way things happen and why. Discoveries which were routinely blocked, denied and suppressed by the church, the proponents of which were arrested, castigated, imprisoned, tortured and killed by the church. So actually, religious and scientific faith are not comparable, because religion is dangerous gibberish spouted by charlatans, murderers, conmen and fools who go along with it for a quiet life, and science is the rational, provable, factual description of the way it is. You can see the difference there. Thankfully, we live in such enlightened times, I'm currently allowed to say these things. At least I am in the ununited kingdom, where they repealed laws against blasphemy in 2008. 2008? That's right, folks. Step right up, it's the 21st century, and we just got rid of laws that would imprison you for saying God didn't exist. Wow, I'm so happy we live in such enlightened times, temporary as they may be. Is it really any wonder that in the past nearly everybody was religious? Is it any wonder they professed belief in God, when you think about it? I mean, you'd have to be a fucking moron not to, wouldn't you? Hey Deek, do you believe in God? Well, if you look out the window and they're burning women as witches, locking up scientists and hanging heretics, if the Pope, Mohammed and the despots of Mesoamerica have standing armies wandering the world, slaughtering people who don't believe, if you could be fined for not attending church or stoned to death for saying God didn't exist, gosh, you'd have to be a heroic asshole to deny God, wouldn't you? Hey, of course I believe in God. Me and God are like that. We're tight, man. Real tight. I love God. Really love him. Yeah. Oh yeah. Now the world is a smaller place and we know all about the many other religious delusions on earth, besides our own. What surprises me is they're not currently scratching each other's eyes out. After all, if your God is the only God, you could never respect belief in another God, could you? Wouldn't that make you kind of a hypocrite? Or at the very least, be an admission that all religion is just made up bullshit, yours included. It's only a few years since we were all for killing heathens and praying for their torment in fiery hell, but now the people who speak for God have all agreed to respect each other's mumbo-jumbo, so global franchises of drivelling delusional gobshite can continue to fleece their respective flocks. They have agreed to work together for a world of morons suckered into one delusion or another. Shh, our God's the right one. Yes, the ancestors said to behave and do what the government said. God told me so. Wow, what a surprise. You know, when you look at who speaks for God, it seems God lets any crackpot speak for him. Any wacko at all. Over thousands of years, a procession of child-fucking, women-hating, cock-sucking psycho killers have represented God, apparently without embarrassing him. I speak for God, little girlie. Now suck my cock. Oh yeah. And stompeth on the unbeliever. Moo-ha-ha-ha-ha. Gee, God, you're letting assholes speak for you. You'd think God would step in now and then and stop the fuckers. Oh, say when Buddhists were blessing kamikaze planes, or the Pope was wandering around South America slaughtering civilization. Or when Allah was putting infidels to the sword, or the Emperor of Japan, the King of England, and Chief sacrifice your virgin on my pyramid, we're saying not only do I speak for God, but God speaks to me. Yeah, God told me, he said, kill homos and deny the observable motion of the planets. That's what he told me, honest. You'd think that after thousands of years of genocide, murder, lies, rape, torture, corruption, nepotism, deceit, support for tyranny and other crimes perpetrated by those who speak for God, that people would have kicked religion out of their lives. It's not like the benefits outweigh the costs. Say they have saved a few orphans and they do send those food parcels to Africa, but on the other hand, they've lied, murdered and oppressed us for thousands of years. Well, I guess it's worth it. In fact, slowly but surely, religion is becoming irrelevant and banished to the sidelines of culture along with astrology, rabbit's feet and lucky white heather. Our understanding of life, the universe and everything is flourishing in the freedom of thought we temporarily enjoy.
But wait, Deek. What about intelligent design? Don't you know everything's so wonderful and perfect and implausible that only a magical imaginary being could have conceived of its creation,
Oh, so now religion isn't based upon the magical tenet of faith, where you can believe anything you like without having to prove any of your gibberish. Now, because of the evidence of science being so incontrovertible, religion accepts the vast expanse of space, the expanding universe, 100 billion galaxies teeming with hundreds of billions of stars, each one spewing out the substance of matter and life itself, the discoveries of biology and chemistry, of DNA and evolution. In fact, all that science has discovered is now accepted to be true. We do go round the sun, the earth isn't 6,000 years old, there were no talking snakes, and women aren't made from men's ribs. Instead of that, the whole shebang, life, the universe, and everything was cooked up by a divine being existing outside time in a dimension the laws of physics isn't aware of, operating through a mechanism we can't see or measure or account for in any way whatsoever at all. Wow, how fucking convenient. It's a bit like reading a murder mystery novel and right at the end the author introduces a completely new character who did the foul deed.
Gee, I never suspected that divine being from another dimension they introduced on the last page. I was sure the butler did it.
What a pity he didn't say something earlier, since there are so many people in history claiming God was speaking to them. Why didn't God say something? Copernicus is right. Earth does go round the sun. Leave him alone. I designed it like that. Stop burning women as witches. Warts are a virus. Don't kill those people. I designed them.
Shucks, God, if only you'd spoken up sooner, we could have saved the lives of millions. If only you'd said.
But then, there is no God. And he doesn't speak to people, and he didn't design the universe. And we know because we can check the evidence. And I can say so because we've freed ourselves from the tyranny of evil scum. And long may our freedom continue. Thanks. Live in peace, and may your God tell you to shut the fuck up, your government ask you nicely, and your country abandon the whole idea. Don't panic, ladies and gentlemen. You are being filmed for reasons of national security. The government believes terrorists are among us, and our unintelligence services have narrowed the list of suspects down to everyone in the fucking country. In order to protect your freedom, we must give up all of our privacy and much of our liberty. Laws are in place allowing tens of thousands of state snoopers to listen to your phone calls, read your emails, check your bank accounts, and examine every keystroke of your internet activity. Every page, every search, everything you do. But it's okay, because if you have nothing to hide, you have nothing to fear. Does anybody else have a problem with that? I know I do. It's a bit like being ass raped and then told by the rapist, it's okay, I washed my dick. Honestly, it's a really clean dick. I polish it every day, all the way to the hilt. Oh yeah. Before plunging it deep into the dark recesses of your privacy sphincter. But you have nothing to fear from your privacy sphincter being probed by the state's penis. It's free from disease, and we're only raping you to see if you object to being raped. Which of course would mean you are a terrorist. You can see how that works there. Now,
If it were only one government dick up your ass, you might think, well, it probably is clean. Or at least it's quite clean, and I only have one dick to worry about. But it isn't. Under anti-terror laws in the US and UK, tens of thousands of minor-ranking civil servants can shove their probing penis of inquiry deep into the orifice of your annus privatus. Goons from Social Security, Welfare, the Coast Guard, Health Service, even the garbage collectors and school rectors can search your bank records, phone calls and web activity. Isn't that too many dicks? Can we really be sure they're all clean? In the UK, there are 65 million suspects in the war on terror. So we've narrowed the suspects in the war on terror down to 65 million in the UK at least. Every single resident. Wow, that's going to be a long investigation, isn't it? It's a pity our security services are so inept they can't whittle that down a little. Mind you, these are the people who claimed there were weapons of mass destruction in Iraq, and even with satellites, UAV drones and bribery to call on, they can't find Osama bin Laden, an aging bogeyman with kidney disease hiding in Pakistan or Afghanistan, where, by the way, there's enough military and Secret Service personnel to simultaneously piss on every rock in the land. Perhaps they think Osama bin Laden is hiding among us. Perhaps they're embarrassed that they can't find him or narrow the terror suspects down. Well, I can help. Because for a start, they can eliminate my mum. Yes, my mum is not a terrorist. It's very unlikely she'll become radicalised or blow herself up killing innocent bystanders in the process. Trust me, you can cross her off the list. I'm sure, in fact, that most people are not terrorists, and I'm outraged by these tyrannical powers, the like of which Hitler, Stalin, Mao Zedong and Kim Il-jung could only have dreamed of. What's to be done? Where's the uproar? What are you going to do about it? I'll tell you what you're going to do. Nothing. That's right. You and your electricity bill are going to keep your head down and shut the fuck up. You, all of us in fact, are complicit in our own oppression and destruction of the planet. We're shuffling into a future of Orwellian horror unseen since the Stasi state of East Germany, and we're not going to do anything about it because life is good. Yes, it is. Here we all are on the internet amusing ourselves or educating ourselves or becoming informed while I'm drinking peasant-in-the-field coffee. I typed this piece on a Chinese tyranny laptop powered by nuclear arms race byproduct electricity, and it's great. So ambivalent are we about losing our freedom, so we can be free, I can barely bring myself to read another word of detail about it. It's a bummer, isn't it? Our lying, murdering governments and us consuming the planet so fast we'll need another 3 Earths just to carry on like this. Never mind any growth. The lying, murdering military-industrial machine grinding out years of inconclusive war on mud hut-dwelling sand niggers so our debts can foot the bill forever. The war on terror isn't going to end. It's way too profitable. And anyway, it's a great excuse to oppress any dissent about the real problem. Consumerism. That's right, the war on terror is a fucking nonsense. Oh, 3,000 people died in 9/11 and we killed 1 million brown people for having oil. Trivial, petty, irrelevant lies. 100 species go extinct every day. Our forests have been decimated, the oceans are being emptied and they're acidifying. Our atmosphere's been irrevocably altered by the Industrial Revolution and 500 atomic bombs detonated in it. All of this while we watched, shopped and scratched our arse. Not only will we allow our government to fuck our privacy sphincter anytime they want, as long as the shops are open, we'll continue to stand by idle as a few wealthy bankers who have all the money anyway preside over the further destruction of Earth to become even more powerful. So, let's just bend over, people. Bend over, part our butt cheeks and enjoy the reaming of our private life by fascist minions. We earned it. We created it. And you know what? We deserve it.